They like how you so cool, how you so fly, how you so fresh, you ain't even gotta try. Y'all pump fake and I ain't even gotta lie. Hit 'em with the hits, game winner switch in.
Tonight's game is presented to you in parts by the Frankfurt Eagles. Post 976, they are people helping people. By Day and Ginda Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. By the healthy communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. By the Farmers Bank, where you don't have to be a farmer to be a farmer. Let's grow. By the Willow Creek Barn, providing a picturesque setting for the barn wedding of your dreams. And by Tornado Roofing, specializing in residential and commercial roofing and repair.
From that beautiful circling of downtown Frankfurt, about 7 or 8 miles due east as the crow would fly. We're in the eastern half of Clinton County, rather. It is time for the Clinton Central Holiday Tournament. Two teams not of Clinton County playing in game number 1. The Tipton Blue Devils taking on the K.A.S.H Eagles. That is the Kokomo Area School homeschool squad. The Eagles replacing Clinton Prairie in this holiday tournament. Last year, an 8-team event at Clinton Central. This time, it is a 4-team get-together. Our pregame show, a service of Health Communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. Alongside Rob Albright, my name is Greg Rakestraw. Thanks for joining us. Happy New Year to you and yours. And, you know, for Tipton, they are more than known quantity here, Rob, led by Cliff Hawkins, who is currently 6th amongst active Indiana coaches with 589 wins. Tipton is 4-2. Grady Carpenter, their key player, is going to play at Grace. And they're a team that has won 3 successive sectionals. You kind of know what to expect from the Blue Devils going in.
You do, but the unknown here is the K.A.S.H team, we haven't seen much of. And if you look at them on paper, they like to score. They like to get the ball up and down the court. They've scored 100 before in their wins. They've got 13 wins already, and they played 16 times. Tipton's only played 6. So it could be a good game of tempo tonight. We really kind of don't know, and it's the unknown quantity and the fun part of Indiana basketball.
There is a great level of homeschool basketball in the state of Indiana. But again, just how comparable it is to, say, a 1A or 2A level, you know, we'll find out. Let's get to our keys to the game. They are brought to us by Mulberry Telecommunications. Rob, what are you focusing on?
Well, as a coach, I always thought the taking care of the basketball was the most important thing. I want to get as many possessions as we can as a team and take as many good shots as we can. And the toughest teams for me were always to play against the teams that came to rebound, always. So I think rebounding is a key, and this one just to get the ball off the glass and kind of control tempo a little bit, which is the third key, obviously. If K.A.S.H wants to run the ball up and down the court, and Tipton's not used to that, it could kind of get away from them. So I think controlling the tempo is an important one for them and for K.A.S.H as well.
Tipton, 54 points a game. Again, for K.A.S.H at 74 points a contest. But this is a step up in competition for the youngsters from the Kokomo area. We'll take this quick timeout. We'll come back with starting lineups and opening tip-off from the home of the Bulldogs. It is the Clinton Central Holiday Tournament, game 1 of 2 this evening. It's yours next on the ISC Sports Network.
If you haven't signed up for Mintel Fiber Optic Internet from Mulberry Telecommunications, then you're missing out. We have various packages to choose from and speeds up to a gig. Not to mention each package includes a Wi-Fi 6 wireless router and access to our Mintel Smart Home app, giving you complete control of your network backed by our award-winning customer service. Go ahead and dance till your heart's content in whatever reality you want, even if it's virtual. Mulberry Telecommunications offering the best gig in town. Sign up today at Mintel.net and experience the Mintel difference.
At Day and Ginda Funeral Home, we embrace change while staying true to timeless values. Our commitment to putting families first remains steadfast. With up-to-date practices and unwavering compassion, we offer the highest quality of service for your loved ones. Trust to serve your family with a classic commitment in modern times. Day and Ginda Funeral Home, putting family first.
Former WNBA star Katie Douglas Poe is now the owner of fitness franchises that help people get healthier and more active. And even though she comes from the world of elite athletics, Katie's favorite customers are the ones pursuing modest goals. We're proud to provide her with that same kind of personal support and individual attention to her finances, which is why, when it comes to her banking, Katie is a farmer. The Farmers Bank. Let's grow.
Frankfurt Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday Bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
Welcome back. It is the Clinton Central Holiday Tournament on the ISC Sports Network. Time for the starting lineups. First of all, for the young men representing the Kokomo area, the homeschool team from Kokomo. So they're starting 5. Maximus Hogsett, a 6'2 junior. Jude Hogsett, a 6'2 senior. Jude, their leading scorer at 19 points a contest. Dane Berry, 15 points per basketball game as well. Our starting lineups are brought to us by Ardente Dental. Healthy smiles start here. Looks like Reinhardt will get the nod in one of the starting 5 spots for K.A.S.H. And again, this is a great opportunity for them each of these next 2 nights.
It certainly is. It's going to show off really what homeschool basketball can be and the way that they play. It's also a good idea a good time to test themselves and sort of see how they do against IHSAA competition.
For the Tipton Blue Devils, they are led again by Grady Carpenter. Grady, a 6'5 senior, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists a game, 71% shooter. He's going to play at Grace. And how good has Grace been? Well, they were ranked number 1 in the nation in the NAI for a good chunk of last year. And their best player from a season ago in Elijah Malone now is part of the regular rotation at the University of Colorado. That's how good the program at Grace has become. Sam Quigley is the other double-digit per game scorer, 6'2 senior at 11 points per contest. One thing that stands out about this Tipton Blue Devils team, they've not shot the ball well from three-point range on the season, making just 25% from 3. Our officials are brought to us by the Farmers Bank. Let's grow. Brad Sellers, Justin Markley, and Matthew Miller, the stripes for this one. Rob, final thoughts before this one goes live.
Tipton's played a pretty solid schedule so far. They've got a victory over Muncie Central already, a storied program here in the state, so I'm curious to kind of see how they play against a team that's a little bit unknown for them and for us as well.
Tipton in the home white uniforms, the black and gold for the K.A.S.H. Eagles, and Eagles have the basketball to get things started. And immediately, catch and shoot 3 that finds the bottom of the net. That is Jude Hogsett, averaging 19 points per game.
You find out right away the kid can shoot. He's averaging 19 points a game, and there's the reason why.
There was a homeschool program that did very well in this tournament a year ago. It was not this K.A.S.H. program. It's a team based out of the Noblesville area. Got to the championship game. Here's Carpenter on the pull. No good. Good job to tip that one out, though, by Landon Spadell to keep the play alive. This K.A.S.H. squad will play 6, maybe 7 and 8. Tipton will likely go 7 or 8 deep in this contest. Carpenter on the drive and scores it.
I think what'll be a difficult thing for K.A.S.H. tonight is they've allowed Tipton to get in the paint 3 times. They missed the first 2 and knocked down the third one, but they've got to cut that paint off a little bit.
Well, and checking this K.A.S.H. roster, as there is an immediate turnover committed by the Eagles. They do not have the size to match Carpenter. And again, Carpenter is going to play a pretty high level of basketball a year from now.
And you can just see how he's built. He's built like a college guard and 4 or 5 inches taller than anything that K.A.S.H. has.
Almost a giveaway by Tipton. It is a giveaway by Tipton. That was off the hands of Isaac Humrickhouse. Humrickhouse, a 6'3 junior, 2.5 points and a rebound and a half a game.
A little bit of lazy pass there by Tipton.
So both teams early turnover. This Tipton squad averaging 9 turnovers a game. K.A.S.H. averaging 11 turnovers a contest.
And that's really not too bad for a high school team. It's about average, I would say.
Usually that line of demarcation is about 10 for a 32-minute game. Good hands defensively by Tipton. K.A.S.H. will reset here. And this is our first game of 2. Second game will be Clinton Central and Carroll, the conference rivals, going at it, and Hogsett makes his second triple of the game.
In the same spot.
But at the other end, the layup is good for Landon Spadell.
Got a little full of himself and started to jog back on defense after the second make and gave up an easy layup for Tipton. Good recognition by the Blue Devils on that one.
But right now, K.A.S.H. will trade 3s for 2s as steps called. As David Hart, another senior, has a bit of everything for K.A.S.H. 15 points, 6 boards, 4 assists a contest, and a 39% three-point shooter.
The one thing I don't see from K.A.S.H, that's a lot of movement off the ball, so the adjustment Tipton can make there is just to give it a little bit more ball pressure and a little bit more denial, make things a little tougher on K.A.S.H on the defensive end.
Jace Clark enters for the or for the Blue Devils, I should say. And a man here by K.A.S.H.
A little floppy action there from Tipton to start things off. Floppy's a down screen and a cut off that, and the passer goes and makes a stagger on the other side.
Step through by Carpenter, left it short. One tip, no. Second tip, yes. Well, you can see why he's averaging 8 rebounds a game. He has a couple on that possession.
Yep.
And we're tied at 6.
There's got to be an Angel Reese joke in there someplace.
Right idea on the back cut, just couldn't execute it. Third turnover committed by the homeschool squad from Kokomo. And Quigley going to be called for steps.
We talked a little bit pregame about the rebounding and how important cleaning off the glass was. You can see on the defensive end how K.A.S.H just can't do that yet against Tipton, and two of their 3 baskets have come off rebounds.
30-second timeout called by K.A.S.H. We'll keep it here with 5:09 to play here in the opening quarter. Joshua Gollner just checked in for the K.A.S.H Eagles. 1.5 points and 2.5 rebounds a contest.
I bet Gollner was told to come in there and rebound would be my guess.
That's 6'5".
One would guess.
And you also see that it is, looks like 7 in uniform tonight for the K.A.S.H Eagles. Maybe make that 8 at second check. Yep.
Yeah.
They'll dress 8 for this evening's contest. We're in Ruby, one of those players currently available off the bench wearing number 1. You've got the Beeries, Dane and Drew, the Hogsets, Jude and Maximus. So they have last names on the back of the jerseys. Not that many different ones needed when they took those to the printer.
Now with 8 kids and 6 names total.
Good job to poke that away by Peyton Aller. Diving effort. Quigley getting in there as well. And it's deemed to be last touched by K.A.S.H out of bounds to Tipton.
Do love the hustle for Tipton, though. Like I said, ball pressure for them is going to be important. There's not a lot of stuff happening off the ball for K.A.S.H offensively.
In other words, Quigley is lucky he didn't touch that as it was going in across the baseline. And as we showed you the replay, Carpenter got an easy look at the rim. So Tipton now enjoying an 8-6 lead. Hogsett on the drive. Shot was altered. He touched it last, out of bounds to Tipton. And again, I liken this to when I'm lucky enough to I've had a handful of Division I games this year where you will see D1 team playing non-D1 team, as you see Carpenter's bucket at the other end. Again, this is kind of a free money game for K.A.S.H.
Exactly.
Whatever, this is getting you ready for your district tournament, your national tournament. This is kind of a bonus game for them.
And you can see Tipton's a little bit aggressive defensively so far, and everything K.A.S.H does is off the dribble. So
looks like an illegal screen going to be whistled against Tipton, and that'll go against Carpenter. His first foul and team foul number 1. And knowing Coach Hawkins, one of the things he's upset about so far to start this game is the fact that Tipton's getting the ball away 3 times here, Rob, in the first 4 minutes.
Yeah, they've made a couple of little soft, lazy passes and just kind of not playing real crisp yet. Could be a post-Christmas thing, who knows, but I think they'll tighten that up as the game goes on.
Yeah, generally if you're playing in a holiday tournament this weekend, you did not play in one last weekend. That is the case, and I would think the K.A.S.H offense is probably fine 20 for 3 because he's got all 9 of their points so far.
All of them on the right wing, so there's an adjustment for Tipton right there. He's made all 3, and not one of them's at the rim yet.
Carpenter on the cut. Draws the immediate double team. Great find.
Good pass there.
Clark, not the most aggressive take to the bucket. Now, on the run, gets the foul. And Clark, who has shot all of 2 free throws this season and made of both, will shoot 2 more on the bounce pass from Quigley.
What you can see, though, is how easily Tipton's getting the ball into the paint defensively against K.A.S.H, so that should be their game plan to kind of keep doing that.
Clark connects. Tipton as a team, 71% from the line. Clark averaging less than a point a game. Basically, he has 4 points scored in 6 games played. He's out of that total here and gets the roll.
Look nice and comfortable there, though.
So he'll get the third different player to score. Quinn Smith now will check in, a 6'2 sophomore. Good find.
Nice rim cut there.
Goldner turns down what would have been a 2, so a teammate could take a 3 with a miss. Smith, who just checked in, got the rebound. Spot up 3 from the wing does not go, and again, that's been a weakness of this Tipton team.
Don't mind the shot, though.
We'll say the exact thing about Carroll. When Carroll plays the next game, they have really struggled from three-point range. Overall, they've been really good. Has not found the rhythm from three-point range. Quigley commits the foul, his first, and team foul number 2.
A precursor to that Carroll game, they've got such a good inside game with their big guys. They don't need the 3 as much.
And frankly, they have been so good defensively,
yes,
it does not matter. They have been absolutely locking people up to start the year. Part of that carrier from such football success over the years. Beery, the step through and score.
Real nice footwork there by Beery.
Thane Berry becomes the first player other than Jude Hogsett to score for the home school Eagles. Carpenter nearly had his pocket picked. Creates just enough space and scores.
And once again, he gets into what Hubie Brown would call the painted area. Nice easy bucket for Tipton.
It's easy to find the star attraction so far. Carpenter with 8 of the Tipton 12. Berry's runner off the window, no good. Fight for the loose ball. Tracked down by the K.A.S.H Eagles.
Great cut, great find.
Reinhardt changed his mind, leads to a 3. Berry misses that one. That is Drew Berry. Drew wears 5. Dane wears 22 for this K.A.S.H squad.
Another little floppy cut there by Tipton. Good offense.
On the drive, left hand, score it for Peyton Aller. Aller, a 6'2 sophomore, 6.5 points and 3 rebounds a game.
And 2 more points in the paint there for Tipton.
Well, I certainly think you can see where each team has an advantage in this game.
Without question.
And an illegal screen going to be coming here against K.A.S.H.
The one time they screen off the ball, they get called for a foul for it.
Believe that was against Malachi Reinhardt. His first foul.
He's a kid that shoots about 67% from the floor. He's like an effective player for K.A.S.H, and they're going to need to keep him on the floor if they can. I think Tipton will eventually find Hogsett out there on the wing and make K.A.S.H do something else.
Hummerkaus will check back in. Aller will have a seat. And Cliff brought a good chunk of his JV over tonight as well. That is a full bench, but really it's about an 8-man rotation he wants to play on a night-in, night-out basis.
Strength in numbers. Great skip pass there.
Quigley for 3. Got that one. First made 3 by Tipton.
Great pass. Hit him right in the shooting pocket. Stepped into his shooting motion and knocked it down. Great shot. Great pass.
They average about 4.5 made threes a game. Hart needing some help. Largest lead for either side, and runner is good by Berry. Defender gambled on the steal and didn't get it.
That's not going to make the Tipton coaches very happy to give that penetration up right to the rim.
Final minute here of the opening quarter of play. Carpenter, no. Doing great at creating his own shot, but getting around half of them to fall. This is Maximus Hogsett who will back it out. He is a junior, 9 points, 4.5 rebounds, 4 assists a game, 38% three-point shooter. Good pull in the lane by Berry, just missed it.
Yeah.
And now the Blue Devils, as you can see, will hold for one shot, and this may be Carpenter likely calling his own number here.
I bet they get something in the paint here.
K.A.S.H does have some fouls to give if they choose to play that game. Carpenter off the bounce, good drive and dish. Quigley, 3, buries it.
A great kick out, nice catch, nice shot.
Pretty simple basketball for Tipton. They'll take their largest lead to quarter number 2. Blue Devils 20, Eagles 13. Clinton Central Holiday Tournament back in a moment on ISC.
At Tornado Roofing, we provide a complete range of services defined by quality, innovation, and expertise. We offer free estimates, have financing available, and handle insurance claims. Tornado Roofing is more than a name. It's a family-owned and operated business known for its committed customer service and expectation of going beyond our clients' needs. Our work is backed by a customer satisfaction guarantee to provide you with peace of mind. For more information, visit tornadoroof.com or call 670-6440. At Tornado Roofing, we believe in putting a strong roof over your head.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
I want to thank our great ISC Sports Network crew. Thanks to Adam and Scott and Elijah for all their work behind the scenes this evening, alongside Rob Albright, Greg Rakestraw with you. First of two tonight on the ISC Sports Network. And our second game featuring conference rivals in Carroll and Clinton Central. In fact, sectional rivals this year as well. That 1A sectional held right here in Michigan Town. Carpenter up, under, just let the defense fly by, and he already has double digits now with 10.
Good footwork by him. You can sort of see the strengths of both teams. So far, K.A.S.H has done real well from the three-point line. Tipton has also, but a lot of their points have come from the paint.
Three in the corner, bury it. Three made by Drew Beery. Beery, a 38% three-point shooter. And of the 6 field goals for K.A.S.H, 4 of them have been from 20 feet away.
Seems to be what they kind of like to do, is get the ball to their shooters and tee it up.
Good basket cut by Quigley off the window, missed it. And Beery the rebound. Good find. Reinhardt with the dive, could not grab it.
I think he was actually aiming to throw the ball off of Tipton's leg there, missed, and almost had an assist from it.
Just right place, right time.
Yep.
Carpenter, nice spin in the lane. Give it to him, and one.
Nice play there by Carpenter. He's so strong there in the paint. Obviously, he's got that big body and does a real nice job getting what he wants at the rim.
Well, given the number of assists that he has at 6.5 a game, you kind of wonder if maybe he might be a point guard at the next level.
It looks like he certainly can be with the ball skills he has, the footwork he has, and the vision he has. He's a good, solid basketball player. Anytime you get a kid that's a college player at this level, he's going to stand out and be a real good player, and he obviously is.
Full timeout taken. Let's step aside. A free throw for Tipton to make it a 9-point lead when we come back to Clinton Central on the ISC Sports Network.
Welcome to the Willow Creek Barn, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. From the moment you arrive on the property, you'll notice every detail is finely crafted to provide you with the dream wedding you've always dreamt about. From carriage and trolley rides to breathtaking aerial views via our hot air balloon, the Willow Creek Barn offers unforgettable moments that will last you a lifetime. For more information about our packages and availability, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com.
I want to thank our friends at Tornado Roofing. If you need quality work from a qualified company, then look no further than Tornado Roofing. We offer free estimates, financing, and even handle insurance claims. Give us a call at 765-670-6440. Visit tornadoroof.com for more information. Tipton leading at 24-16 in their 2 losses at Western and home to Delta. Delta, who won their holiday tournament last weekend.
Home of Matt Painter.
And Carpenter's free throw is good. He's got 13 of their 25. Again, Carpenter averaging 20 points a game.
Tipton comes out in kind of a 1-3-1, three-quarter court press here. Not much of a trap out of it, but more of a disruptive press.
And then it's going to be a blocking foul on Carpenter, which is his second. So he'll have to be careful to stay in the game here with 6:43 to play in the first half.
And did the one thing you can't do. You get up real close to a guy and try and pin him against that center court line. They're going to call that every time just because they have to have a little bit of freedom to go someplace, and he didn't give it to him that time.
But Carpenter stays in the game. You see Tipton back to a man-to-man now.
Kind of starts out in a little horn set and goes down to the baseline.
Ball kicked. Underneath out of bounds play here for K.A.S.H. Maximus Hogsett will inbound the basketball. Quickly trying to sell that off-arm contact.
Yep. See, Tipton's really out there pressing Hogsett on the wing now. They know he likes to shoot out there, so they're pressing him a little bit deeper than they were early in the game.
It's just a 5-out offense here.
Yep. Everything's off the dribble for K.A.S.H. Little weave action.
Berry gets down the lane, couldn't get it. Bud has the putback. His second field goal.
And rebounding at this level is just so important. You got to finish possessions off with the rebound, and both teams are struggling in that area right now.
Carpenter's going to get a double every time he touches it, but that's why he has 6 assists a game right there.
Good. That's great vision right there, and a really nice cut. Nice find. He got doubled and right away saw the open cutter out of it for a nice easy layup for Tipton.
So Aller with his second bucket. He's got 4. K.A.S.H. holding their own at the offensive end. It's defensively, they're struggling to kind of keep pace. Berry on the turn, score it.
As long as they keep making shots, they're going to hang right in there. They've just got that little 5-out offense, and they're outsized kind of everywhere, and they're probably out quick as well. If they keep making shots, they'll hang right in there.
Dane Berry now with 6. Berry brothers 11. Jude Hogsett with 9 on the basket cut. Carpenter stepped through, missed it, but got fouled on the putback try. He could easily be in double-double territory by the time we get to halftime.
He's a good, solid player. I'd like to see him be a little bit more aggressive and a little stronger on that cut and on that finish, but real nice footwork to get where he got.
So game high 14 for Carpenter. Clark returns for Tipton. Tipton last year 24-3. They were beaten by Matt Luce's Wapahani Raiders on their way to the 2A runners-up position a season ago. Tipton sectional this year. And almost everybody's sectional moved because of the shrinking of 4A and the trickle-down effect throughout the classes. They're in a 6-team sectional at Frankton this year. Berry's 3 does not go. Carpenter the rebound.
Tipton came out in a little 2-2-1 full court pressure there and got K.A.S.H. out of rhythm a little bit.
Quigley, all knocked away by the K.A.S.H. player.
Good idea, though, by Quigley there.
Little zone look here. Great find again.
Great find by Carpenter. That's spectacular.
Clark in the corner does not go.
I think your comment about him being a point guard at the next level is spot on, Greg. I think he's got the visibility and the vision and the talent to make that happen.
The young man that he would be, I think at this point would be replacing, not competing with for minutes, would be Bryson Graber, that was part of Bar Reeves State Championship about 3 or 4 years ago.
Yep.
And when he graduated, was the state's all-time leader in assists, playing for Josh Thompson out at Bar Reeves.
That's pretty good comparison and competition right there.
Wing 3 does not go, running the floor. Good save to keep it in play.
There's that full court rim run. Now that's been there for Tipton, and they found it a couple times and one of them for a bucket.
Well, that's Grayson McFalls at 6'8" to track that one down, and Aller with the 3. Third made 3 for Tipton. And all of a sudden, Rob, it's a 12-point lead.
Yeah, what a great thing that must be for Tipton's coaches to see those 3s go in, but K.A.S.H. answers right back with one of their own because Tipton didn't get back on defense and find a shooter.
That is their 5th made 3 for the K.A.S.H. Eagles.
8 total for the game, I think.
Carpenter again, right feed. McFalls, who is just a sophomore, he's the future star of this team at 6'8". Carpenter and Quigley, both seniors. In total, 3 seniors of this 8-man group for Tipton.
And it's really fun to kind of watch basketball at this level when you see a player like Carpenter, kind of watch those kids develop. He's obviously very good already, but Nice cut there. There you go.
And one.
That's that strong, aggressive take I wanted a little bit ago. That was a lot stronger, a lot quicker, and got a hoop and a foul.
So Carpenter was 17. That's pretty basic basketball. Let's overload one side. Let's let our best player go to work. It's the reason why Cliff has won 589 games in 44 years as a head coach.
It's really not that hard, Greg.
No.
It's just not.
He may have used that same play coaching Luke Recker at DeKalb, just a guess.
Maybe.
Turnover committed here by K.A.S.H. By the way, if you're wondering who the active coaches are that have more wins than Cliff, it's a pretty impressive list. J.R. Holmes, Gene Miller, Dave McCullough, who's going into the Hall of Fame this year, Mark James, and Jerry Baumholt. That's it. Those are the only 5 guys still coaching that have more wins than Cliff Hawkins does.
I always love hearing Mark James name in any of those lists. Such a nice guy.
Quigley, the miss. Look ahead pass for Hogsett. Missed it. Quigley did just enough to throw him off.
And K.A.S.H has missed a couple of them right at the rim. They're getting there, and I think one of the adjustments that Tipton can make at halftime, they won't like that shot much. They can get that whenever they want it. But they'll need to get back on defense and kind of stop giving that up.
Reinhardt gets his first basket. So Reinhardt does a little bit of everything for the Eagles. 7 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists a game. Gets his first field goal. 4th different Eagle to score. I think the line of demarcation here for K.A.S.H, can you keep it to single digits when you go to halftime?
And I think that's smart right there to get the ball into the paint and kick it back out. I know he missed a shot, but I'd like to see the ball touch the paint before it gets shot on the opposite side with some old Brad Stevens principle there, as the ball's got to touch the paint and kick it back out before you shoot it.
Hustle by Carpenter allows the play to continue. That free throw missed by Carpenter was the first Tipton miss from the line in 6 tries. And again, against the zone, I expect Carpenter to go right there, be the point in the middle of the zone.
Yep, you're going to get the ball right to what they call the nail if you can.
Was there a touch there? Yes. Spidell off his hands.
When you're going against a 2-3 zone offensively, the vulnerable spot is right at the free throw line, right in the middle. They call that the nail. Used to be a nail on the floor you'd put your foot on to shoot a free throw. That's where you want to get the ball against a 2-3 zone.
And at Carpenter at 6'5", just tell him, put your hands up. Ball will find you. Put your hands up.
If you have decent guards, it'll find you every single time.
Looks like an illegal screen going to be called here.
A little bit of a touchy foul there if they called the one on the ball screen, but they called it, so it goes the other way here for Tipton.
Third foul against Reinhardt. Again, just 8 in uniform for the K.A.S.H Eagles tonight.
And Reinhardt's one good player that K.A.S.H has in the paint that can compete with Tipton in there, so a tough kid to get 3 fouls on him.
Little matchup 2-3 here. And Carpenter finds the seam, shot blocked.
Yeah, usually you want to get the ball rotated a couple times before you get it in the middle. That's too easy on K.A.S.H's end. They got to take that away on the first pass.
One thing Carpenter has not looked for is his own three-point shot in this game.
Yeah, they're kind of using him right now as a lot of teams would use a big man right in the middle of the floor, even though he's probably a guard at the next level.
Given his passing skills, I love that. How quickly lost the handle.
Yeah.
5th Tipton turnover. And 1. Berry, the bucket. Smith, the foul for Tipton. And a chance at the free throw to make it a 6-point game.
And Tipton's coaches aren't going to like that. You can kind of watch even on the replay there. You can sort of watch Tipton kind of jogging back on defense and not being in position to take the transition basket away from K.A.S.H on that play. And it's kind of happened the entire half for him. I can't imagine it'll be a very pleasant halftime discussion.
First free throw of the game for K.A.S.H. And this one is good. Berry on the season, 12 of 15 from the free throw stripe. So it looked like Tipton was starting to pull away. Credit the Eagles. They've got it back to a 2-possession game with 60 seconds left to go before we get to halftime.
And they're not finding that middle as fast as they probably should. They're letting the double get there.
Quigley from the elbow. No. Good look that would not go. And K.A.S.H secures the rebound. That's Goldner that tracks it down. Three. No, that time for Hogsett. Good inside position by Humrickhouse. He's fouled. And that will lead to free throws at the other end.
Just can't reach there on the rebound. They took a little quick shot and doubled up the problem with a foul.
And obviously for K.A.S.H, fouls could become an issue when you have just 8 players in uniform. Humrickhouse on the season 4 of 4 from the stripe. Make it 5 of 5.
And to your point, you get a team in foul trouble. Now you have to kind of slow the game down and play half-court zone defenses and rotate people back on shots. You kind of limit what you can do when you get yourself in foul trouble. So great point you made there by talking about their foul problems, because they've got them already.
Humrickhouse makes them both. 6 of the 8 players for Tipton have cracked the scoring column so far. See if K.A.S.H maybe holds for one here.
I bet they'll shoot quickly.
Reinhardt playing with 3 fouls. Backdoor cut by Hogsett. Diving effort. K.A.S.H able to stay with it. Hogsett launches from the wing. No good. You'll hear the horn go momentarily. Tipton will take an 8-point lead to halftime in this first of 2 games tonight here at Clinton Central High School. Blue Devils 36, Eagles 28. You're watching the Clinton Central Holiday Tournament on the ISC Sports Network.
Hey there, my name is Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we are part of, actually the entirety of, at least from an on-air standpoint, Query and Schultz on the ISC Sports Network. It's appropriately named. It's charitably award-winning. And Derek, now we venture into season number 5. Hard to believe.
5 of them. 5 of them. Can you believe it? 2 best buds, talking Colts, Pacers, Indiana sports, every Tuesday night, 7:30, ISC Sports Network, and on socials as well.
It is made possible, of course, by the people who watch and listen every single week. We are most appreciative. We look forward to season number 5.
Day and Ginda Funeral Home, proudly putting family first, strives to care and honor the families of Clinton and Carroll County in ways that share the loved one's story. In our effort to serve your family at the highest of quality, we have added our own crematories, one for your loved one and another crematory for your furry family members. Contact us for information on how we can serve your family. Day and Ginda Funeral Home, putting family first.
At Mulberry Telecommunications, it doesn't matter whether you play from home, learn from home, or work from home. We have you covered with fiber-fast internet. Whether you video chat to stay connected with friends and family, or operate a small business, you can do so with the reliability that Mulberry Telecommunications fiber internet provides. From streaming video to regular web surfing, the possibilities really are endless. And that's a reason for all of us to celebrate. Packages start at just $49.95. Visit mintel.net to sign up today.
Former WNBA star Katie Douglas Poe is now the owner of fitness franchises that help people get healthier and more active. And even though she comes from the world of elite athletics, Katie's favorite customers are the ones pursuing modest goals. We're proud to provide her with that same kind of personal support and individual attention to her finances, which is why, when it comes to her banking, Katie is a farmer. The Farmers Bank. Let's grow.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Back at Clinton Central High School, we're at halftime, 36-28. Tipton leading the K.A.S.H. That is the homeschool program based out of Kokomo. Greg Rakestraw, Rob Albright with you. Our halftime show is brought to us by Day and Ginda Funeral Home, putting family first. Grady Carpenter, 17 points to lead the way for Tipton. Rob, your thoughts overall on half number 1?
I think we saw strengths and weaknesses really from both teams. I think K.A.S.H wants to get the ball up from the three-point line as quick as they can a lot of times, and they want to get the ball up and down the court, and both teams have tried to do that offensively, but they don't want to do that defensively. And I think so far we've really seen Tipton as a better rebounding team, and K.A.S.H probably is a little bit better shooting the basketball. And if Tipton keeps going to the paint, they'll get kind of what they want. In the last couple minutes there, they settled for some outside stuff, and let the lead kind of dwindle down from 11 or 12 to 6 and got it back to 8. But I think we saw the strengths and weaknesses really of both teams.
Carpenter 17, Quigley was 6, Aller was 7, Spidell, Humrick, House, and Clark each with 2. 8 players in total played for Tipton. We saw Hogsett with 9 right out of the chute. He had the first 9 points for K.A.S.H, 9 for Dane Berry, 8 for Drew Berry, and 2 from Malachi Reinhardt. Again, the K.A.S.H kids can hang. They can be competitive in this game. They don't have the height, I think, to match this Tipton team. If they can figure out a way to stay competitive on the boards, they'll give themselves a chance here at the end.
I think playing without fouling is important for them to play in transition both ways, to get back on defense and not give anything up easy to Tipton, and then to get efficient and the shots they want offensively. I think they'll be just fine.
3 threes made by Tipton in the first half, 5 made by K.A.S.H. K.A.S.H, a team that makes more than 9 threes a game, and this is their first competition against an IHSAA school this season. They'll play another one tomorrow night. They'll play either the winner or the loser, depending on how things work for them here in game number 1. Game number 2 featuring Carroll and Clinton Central. That game scheduled for an approximate 8 o'clock tip-top. We'll take this quick timeout. We'll come back with the Mintel Fiber Fast halftime highlights. Again, our score at the break, Tipton 36 and K.A.S.H 28. We are live at Clinton Central. We're back with more in a moment as you're watching the Clinton Central Holiday Tournament right here on the ISC Sports Network.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable. Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die. Inconceivable. To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99. Inconceivable.
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
At Day and Genda Funeral Home, we embrace change while staying true to timeless values. Our commitment to putting families first remains steadfast. With up-to-date practices and unwavering compassion, we offer the highest quality of service for your loved ones. Trust to serve your family with a classic commitment in modern times. Day and Genda Funeral Home, putting family first.
Highlights rolling through, brought to us by Mintel Fiber Fast. We'll pick out some individual moments here, but Rob, I guess in overall general thoughts, let's talk about now kind of changes for half number 2 from the Tipton standpoint. For Cliff Hawkins, what's your message to your guys at the break?
You've got to sprint back on defense, and you've got to protect the transition baskets and then find shooters. Really, those are the 2 things I would make sure I do. And you've got to rebound, because we talked about that pregame, and Tipton did a nice job offensively. But on defense, they gave up a couple on the other end. So there's really a couple of easy adjustments there for Tipton.
On the flip side for K.A.S.H, again, I think you're happy that you're competitive in this game. What needs to change for you now in half number 2?
You got to keep Tipton off the foul line. They put them there way too many times. They've got to make sure they know where Carpenter is. Because of of history, I think I'd keep giving them the 3-point shot if that's what they want, and try and take the pain away maybe if I were in K.A.S.H's shoes.
The foul issues. Again, fouls started to rack up. Again, you have just 8 in uniform, frankly. Both teams want to play 7 or 8 in tonight's game. How do fouls affect what K.A.S.H wants to do defensively in half number 2?
I think it has to affect their tempo, because if you're trying to play fast and you're up and down the court, that's an easier draw for fouls. So it may affect their tempo, and really it affects them a lot on the defensive end, because to keep people out of the paint, you've got to be physical. And when you're in foul trouble, you can't be quite as physical. So I think Tipton's got an advantage in that area if they recognize it.
Those 3 horns tell us it is time for us to exit stage left, because third quarter action comes your way next. Again, Carpenter 17 leads all scores. Tipton leads it by 8 from Clinton Central High School. You're watching on ISC.
Davis Comfort Solutions.
At Davis Comfort Solutions Heating and Cooling, the name says it all. Davis Comfort Solutions will keep you comfortable all season long with 2 locations, Fowler and Colfax. They service most of central Indiana.
We've got the air necessities. necessities, great service and efficiencies, bringing peace and comfort to your life.
DavisComfortSolutions.com.
The ISC Sports Network is your home for sports content across the Hoosier State. Find us live on TV and streaming or archived on our website and our app. The ISC is your one-stop shop for the content you want to see, including high school sports, college sports, and other great events throughout the year. Subscribe to our streaming service and get access to it all. ISC, local lives here.
Day and Ginda Funeral Home, proudly putting family first, strives to care and honor the families of Clinton and Carroll County in ways that share the loved one's story. In our effort to serve your family at the highest of quality, we have added our own crematories, one for your loved one and another crematory for your furry family members. Contact us for information on how we can serve your family. Day and Ginda Funeral Home, putting family first.
Rondell Sims is a successful entrepreneur and beloved grandpa, in part because he's responsive and attentive. That also just happens to be what he looks for in a financial partner. And when it comes to his bank, Rondell is a farmer.
For the barn wedding of your dreams, you need to experience our country estate, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. Schedule your tour today at thewillowcreekbarn.com. Voted the Knot Best of Weddings for 3 years straight.
Third quarter action about to get going. Game number 1 of 2 tonight. It is the Clinton Central Holiday Tournament here on the ISC Sports Network alongside Rob Albright, Greg Rakestraw with you. John Natale and Jared Thomas here tomorrow night for the consolation and championship games. K.A.S.H led for a good chunk of the first quarter. Made some early threes. Hogsett couldn't get that to go.
A little quick there. I thought they tried to get the ball in the paint and gave up on it after one try.
And really trying to extend that zone pressure. And Carpenter got fouled on a three. So we talked about he didn't look for his own three-point shot in the first half. First time it is in the second half, he draws the foul and will shoot three.
It's almost like you knew that was coming.
So Hogsett guilty of the foul. Carpenter missed his last free throw after making his first three.
Missed that one too. Didn't look real happy about it.
Gets that one to go. And Carpenter may not be at the level of being an Indiana All-Star. I think he could appear in some of those secondary All-Star games. Potentially the Hoosier Gym Classic, perhaps, that we'll have for you on ISC on April the 26th. He only makes 1 of 3, but Quigley at the other end pokes it away. Carpenter the find. Spidell, no. Second opportunity, yes.
Again, a transition basket in the paint and really good vision there by Carpenter. I'd like to see him hustle on defense a little bit more. He can be a lot better player on that end than he is, but he's a really good offensive player and a good guard.
3 in the corner by Hogsett does not go, but ball finds him. He'll drive, he'll score. His first 2-point field goal.
And if I'm Tipton's coaching staff, they just gave up a rebound that went out about 20 feet, direct line to the basket, drive there with no help and no real closure on the basketball. That can't make them very happy.
Quigley for 3. He's made a couple. Does not get that one. Carpenter, though, kept the rebound alive. And Smith almost seemed stunned. He had such an open look in the middle of the lane.
Yeah, K.A.S.H is going to have to clean the boards up a little bit in the second half. I don't think you can win this game with just offense, but maybe you can.
Carpenter in a tough spot. Just able to find a teammate. He'll pull from 15. Couldn't finish.
It's fun to see K.A.S.H's defensive effort against Carpenter. They've doubled him every time he touches it, and he still has good vision and can see people out of that double team, and they've gotten good shots because of that.
So Reinhardt plays with 3 fouls for K.A.S.H, wearing number 32. Beery in the lane, no. But Reinhardt, the loose change.
Once again, rebounding, just playing a key role on both ends. There's just not a lot of effort to box people out and go secure the rebound and finish the possession.
K.A.S.H just hanging around. Had it down to 6 late in the second quarter.
They're back in that 2-3 zone. They've got to extend it a little bit now, and great cut.
Quigley.
Great pass. You get the ball to the middle of that zone, that's what happens, because the ball gets to the middle is where defense is vulnerable, and you can cut behind it. Nice find there by Carpenter.
Hand check foul by Smith. It'll be his second foul. And we got this great angle from in the middle of the court. We kind of saw that play developing. That backdoor cut by Quigley.
Playing zone defense requires so much talking, and that time there just wasn't enough of that and not a lot of time to do it.
Hogsett a quick one. He's missed 3 already. Clark. Saw some good minutes from Clark in the first half. Quigley by his lonesome, yes. He's got 11, which is at his average, and all of a sudden, Rob, it's a 12-point game again.
Yeah, good transition 3 there, and another assist by Carpenter. I'm not sure how many he has, but it's a lot.
Catch and shoot, 3 misses, everything. Now a chance to further that lead a bit more. Carpenter looks to go 84 feet, missed it.
And a little quick there by Tipton.
In traffic, Hogsett, give it to him. Maximus Hogsett gets his first bucket of the game. And a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play.
He did a really nice job there of finding contact and kind of initiating it, playing through it, and that's generally a play on, but they called it. Nice shot, nice finish. Got himself a free throw.
Aller commits the foul. Hogsett's free throw is good. He is 17 of 23 on the season at the line. And this has kind of been the ebb and flow of this game. Tipton will stretch at about 10 or 11. And K.A.S.H will kind of slowly reel him back in.
And K.A.S.H doing a little bit better job. They're taking the paint away early, but not late.
And again, if Carpenter gets the ball there, you can start going the other direction.
Yeah, indeed. It was a good find, nice and quick, and nice and decisive on the cut and on the pass.
Pull-up jump shot does not go. But another look. Hart will fire a 3. That's good. That is his first basket of the game. He is a 39% three-point shooter. Top 6 players now have all scored for K.A.S.H.
Kids today call that kind of jumper wet. There's nothing there but bottom of the net on that one.
Now, see, this is all the slang you picked up being an assistant coach for as long as you were.
Absolutely.
You learned a few things.
I learned they call that jumper wet.
I don't hear that when I have the headphones on at a game. Carpenter, again, able to jump back because the ball was knocked away. Quigley lets one defender fly by. Second one, no, but Clark, with everybody kind of rotated forward, he had space to operate on the low block.
He did. I think this is kind of a little bit sloppy on the defensive end for rebounding. We're getting a lot of offensive rebounds. It's kind of almost shoot till you make it now, and I think both coaches aren't going to like that very much. You can kind of watch. There's not a lot of action. It's all kind of off the dribble and another offensive rebound. Just kind of the way this game's going.
Berry finds Hart. That does not go. And 3-car pileup at the base of the rim. I think there's going to be a foul called against K.A.S.H. from the looks of it. And if that's on Reinhardt, that's his 4th.
I'd like to see one of these teams just step up and be real aggressive for the last 11 minutes here of the game. They just kind of letting the offense do what they want, let them catch it, let them rebound it, and if they make it, they make it. If not, they foul or just kind of become a little sloppy.
So Reinhardt sits with 4. Tipton the ball in a 10-point lead. Carpenter fouled on the floor, which is a good thing by Hart, because if not, again, that's a layup.
That's 2 points. He's so strong in the middle of the floor there. K.A.S.H just doesn't have the bodies to keep up with him.
By the way, for the Tipton fans, they go, all right, he's going to go to Grace. When can I see them? Well, on January the 25th on the ISC Sports Network. Doubleheader action at Marion University.
A little preview action.
Scott Moore, the head coach. His brother Matt's the head coach at Warsaw. Scott, Matt, and their brother Marcus all played for Jim Kessler at Grace College.
They've had a really good program there for a long time.
Clark fires a 3. That does not go. Carpenter kept it alive. Quigley from the seat of his pants, and basically a timeout was called by Cliff Hawkins of the 30-second variety, I would assume. just to maintain the possession. This 30-second timeout is brought to us by Willow Creek Barn. Attention, all engaged couples. Now, listen up. This is you. Discover why the Willow Creek Barn has been voted the Knott's Best of Weddings for 4 years in a row. Nestled just outside of Frankfort, Indiana, our venue offers stunning indoor and outdoor ceremony options with breathtaking photo opportunities. We provide the perfect backdrop for your dream barn wedding. To start your unforgettable day, here, write this down. Visit thewillowcreekbarn.com for more information. You got that?
I'm going to let my fiance, Erin, who's listening, I think, or watching, write that down on her own. We've thought about that, actually.
There you go. So Tipton the ball. This was their first time out they have taken.
I think my message, if I'm Coach Hawkins, is they got a three-pointer up without a paint touch. I think they need to get the ball into the paint every possession like that. Now reverse it. That's good.
Aller fires a three and connects.
That's pretty basketball by Tipton right there. Really nice. The ball gets in the paint. Defense collapses. Kick it back out. Reverse it one time. Wide open shot. Good basketball there by Tipton. The Blue Devils had a really nice possession there.
5 made threes for Tipton. 3 for Quigley, 2 for Aller again. They came in averaging 25% from three-point range. Long rebound. Hogsett fires. Left wing three. That does not go. And has them able to replicate the success of quarter number 1. And a chance for a basket here to make it a 15-point lead for Tipton late in the third quarter.
You know, what K.A.S.H can't do is settle. Now, again, they let Tipton get in the paint. This time for a shot instead of a pass, but that's kind of been their kryptonite tonight, is getting the ball in the paint.
Quigley and Carpenter already at their averages with a quarter left to play. The scoop by Berry does not go. Carpenter. The feed, nice, no look, layup goes eventually for Spidell.
Just 2 more transition points and another basket at the rim by Tipton, and a couple of bad shots, poorly selected shots, I guess I should say, by K.A.S.H led to some easy ones for Tipton.
Largest lead of the game now for Tipton at 55-38. We'll take this full timeout from Clinton Central. You're watching high school basketball on ISC.
Frankfort Eagles 976. Serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfort, Indiana.
Thanks to the fine folks at Clinton Central for having us out. We have loved being here. Clinton Central on the girls' side have quite the team. They made the 1A semi-state. Got to play at Case Arena a season ago. Came up just short. Good to see Rob Couch back there behind the K.A.S.H bench. We'll see if Rob might be one of our 3 officials for game number 2 in this evening's contest.
I've been doing this a long time.
Home game for Rob, so he's, I believe Frankfort's home for Rob. So.
Yep. He's a hot dog.
In many more ways than one. Yes, he is.
He is.
And I said that as a good friend of the man. So 55-38. Again, Tipton has pulled away. It was an 8-point game at halftime. K.A.S.H had it down to 7 here early in the quarter. Good find. Beery able to walk the tightrope and keep that ball in play. And winner of this game gets the winner of Carroll and Clinton Central. That will follow us tonight. 3 in the corner is good by Beery. Beery's second made 3. He's got 11. And he averages 9.5 a game. 3 at the other end for Tipton, no. But Spidell, and again, we talked about this earlier. The size difference has been significant, and you have seen that advantage on the glass. We're not keeping track of rebounding numbers here, Rob, but I guarantee you it's very pro-Tipton.
I think it's significant. I don't love that shot there by Tipton. The nice quick one. They can get that kind of whenever they want. I'd like to see them kind of work the ball into the paint more, and because they're up 14, they need to get good shots and be smart. No need to chuck threes at this point.
See if Tipton tries to hold for a last look of the quarter here. I think I heard one shot from the bench.
And K.A.S.H has that zone defense extended out past the volleyball line now, which is probably a good move for them trying to get back in it. But If Tipton's strong with the ball, they'll get what they want here.
Yeah, now Carpenter will turn an attack.
Great
Inside out, Quigley lines it up, couldn't knock it down. Aller kept it alive, but not in time and could not grab it for a final look. But Tipton plays well in quarter number 3 for legendary head coach Cliff Hawkins. They'll take a 14-point lead to quarter number 4. You're watching High School Hoops on ISC.
At Tornado Roofing, we provide a complete range of services defined by quality, innovation, and expertise. We offer free estimates, have financing available, and handle insurance claims. Tornado Roofing is more than a name. It's a family-owned and operated business known for its committed customer service and expectation of going beyond our clients' needs. Our work is backed by a customer satisfaction guarantee to provide you with peace of mind. For more information, visit tornadoroof.com or call 670-6440. At Tornado Roofing, we believe in putting a strong roof over your head.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Thanks for joining us this evening on the ISC Sports Network. Greg Rakestraw, Rob Albright. Thanks to Sean, thanks to Adam, thanks to Elijah, our crew behind the scenes. Making sure our signal gets to you on this Thursday night. The first of somewhere in the neighborhood of 1 million productions we'll have for you on the ISC Sports Network in 2025.
It's up to 1 million, isn't
Give
it?
or take a few thousand, yeah, but close.
It just feels like 1 million, maybe.
14-point lead for Tipton. Carpenter spins, turns, and scores.
Again, something at the rim for K.A.S.H. This is sort of where that rule that changed last year, where it was instead of 7 fouls and a half, it's 5 per quarter now before you shoot free throws. So you start from 0 at the beginning of every quarter, which means K.A.S.H. is at 0 before they can just kind of slow this thing down the way they want to.
Good take by Hogshead, who lays it in.
But if Tipton lets them get to the rim every time, just good, solid defense to get them back in it.
Well, again, even though that was kind of a sluggish quarter for K.A.S.H., the issue has not been offense. The issue has been finding a way to get stops.
Correct. I guarantee Coach Hawkins is not real happy with the way his team's defending either.
Golner in there now to provide a little more size for K.A.S.H. That was Hogsett with the forearm in the back.
And the thing you sacrifice with more size is the speed getting back on defense, and Tipton's proven they can score in transition, so it's almost a choose your poison for K.A.S.H.
You're not going to take the air out of the basketball. You're just going to run your longer sets if you're Tipton. Maybe rotate an extra time or two. Clark will take the open 3 and make it.
Good shot. That's a little overload there against that zone, and one too few defenders on that side of the floor. Nice open shot from the corner.
It's also good, smart basketball, knowing that they're going to double Carpenter every time he has it.
Yeah.
Get a shooter next to him, and you're going to get an open look. Hart, no. Rebound, Carpenter.
It's a pick your poison with him, too, because he's so good out of that double team. His vision's so great. He's had lots of passes just like that one for wide open shots, and sometimes they miss, but he's had the right shot every time.
Hart on the drive. Score it.
Again, Tipton's only got one kid back there defensively.
Not having a great handle on the area homeschool scene. I would imagine this Kokomo program, and 13-3 would tell you that as well, as Carpenter will get an and one. I can see where they are going to be very much a factor at the state level
for sure
from a homeschool program.
For sure. And this is a question of ignorance, Greg. How many homeschool teams are there in the state for that tournament?
There are a lot of them. The one that has been the best historically has been a program called the Indianapolis Wildcats that for many years Jeremy Bialik was the head coach. Jeremy is now a Division III coach in upstate New York. Went to Trinity Christian, was an assistant coach at the NAI level for a handful of years. Foul called against Aller of Tipton. It'll be his second foul. But there, I know there is also a massive kind of national homeschool event that takes place in Springfield, Missouri.
Oh, yeah?
At the end of every March. So that is the advantage of playing at this level.
Okay.
You can have a little more travel. They've got a tournament in Michigan that they'll be playing in coming up in January. As Hogsett kept his dribble. That's a legal play. Then Aller commits the foul. That'll be his third.
And this is their 17th game, too, so they can kind of play as many
Correct,
games as they want to, and there's not a lot of restrictions on that.
Season ends maybe a little bit earlier, but you're right.
Yeah.
They'll play more games this season than an IHSA member would, and normally the IHSA schools will play in the vicinity between 22 and 24, depending on what sort of holiday or county tournament you are playing in.
Yeah. And we're grateful to have Cash here with us because we replaced Clinton Perry, who dropped out late, so we're thankful to have him here. So pardon us for not knowing a whole lot about them exactly, but fun to learn.
Steps call against the Eagles.
You'd like to see Tipton kind of run a little clock here, and if you're coaching, this is kind of getting into what I would call layups and free throws territory where there's like 2 shots you can take.
Carpenter had it poked away.
You got to take care of it.
Hog set. Good find. And the basket is good. That's Reinhardt playing with 4 fouls. He's got now 6 points.
You can sort of see Cash out there extending their defense to half court now, trying to put a little token pressure on Tipton, and they're not doing a very good job taking care of the ball.
Back-to-back turnovers now by Tipton.
Tipton's passes are just kind of soft, and I don't want to use the word lazy or overuse the word lazy, but they're just not real crisp.
Hogg set a contested 3 that misses everything. Spidell the rebound. What you're seeing now is not that 2-3. This is a man trap is what this is now. And with that, Carpenter just clear the lane, let him go. 27 for Carpenter.
Smart there by Tipton to just spread the floor and let Carpenter kind of do his thing down the middle. Usually when you run that man press, you don't want to hug on the wings because you leave the middle wide open like that. You want to kind of play from the middle out and recover to the passes, and you have an easy one there.
Blocking foul on Spidell. And again, back to kind of the homeschool conversation. When I have seen the really good homeschool teams in the past, I've always thought, you know what, I think they would be competitive at the 1A level about playing deep into the tournament. And watching this group, you'd feel the exact same way about this K.A.S.H group. This would be a really good 1A level team. Again, Tipton in 2A. You'll see a good 1A team in Carroll coming up here in a matter of moments. Clark's shot is good. And how about Jace Clark? He's got 9 points tonight. He had scored 4 points in the first 6 games of the season. Hand check foul again called on Spidell.
Nice to see him earning some more minutes. And you mentioned Carroll. Carroll is going to make some noise, I think, in March. They're a good basketball team, and then they're big for a 1A school.
And again, Carroll had been 2A for several years, but with the enlargement of 1A, a lot of things have been redrawn from a postseason standpoint. Shot by Hogsett does not go. And a 20-point lead for Tipton. Again, as this game is hitting towards the finish line. Clark feeling it.
Another one.
And that may be the biggest positive that comes to this game for Tipton, is finally starting to knock down some 3-point shots.
I just thought exactly the same thing. If they can make shots, they're going to score close to 80 probably. And
a timeout has been called by Kokomo. And we will take a timeout with them as well. This one no longer in doubt. Tipton's going to get their 5th win of the season. Margin still in doubt. We'll talk about that when we come back on ISC.
Ball here. Harris scores. With 19 seconds. Fake players, big boy. I'm telling you right now, that's awesome. I love it. That's the finish. You get a layup taken. And an and one. Out of here.
So the K.A.S.H Eagles, again, they'll play the 6:30 game tomorrow night. You can watch that place, the same exact place you found this one on the ISC Sports Network. A great experience for them, playing at the homeschool level.
And they've shown what they're really good at, and they've shown what they need to work on. Sort of the same as Tipton. If Tipton can kind of lock down their defense a little bit, they'll become better. And then if K.A.S.H can learn how to play without fouling and work on their rebounding, work the ball offensively, they'll be a better team. So a good night for both, I think.
Hart fires a contested three and sticks it.
Another one of those wet jump shots.
So Hart with 8. Been a very balanced effort for K.A.S.H. No player has more than 11. But they've got 6 players that have scored at least 5.
It's one of the words I wrote down for them before the game was balance, and they've certainly shown that.
Carpenter misses, but see if he'll get kind of bailed out here with a foul call.
A little bit of a late whistle. I think the referee was trying to see if that ball was going to go down or not before he called the foul. It didn't, so he called it.
Hogsett commits the foul. Carpenter to the line. He has missed 3 free throws so far, make it 4, which is not the norm for him. He's a 71% shooter.
Kind of easy to lose focus in a game when you're up 20.
McFalls will come back in. Tipton, this starts a slate of games that are away from home. As Carpenter hits, they are not at home again until 2 weeks from Saturday. And they take on Clinton Prairie. Neutral site game here, 4 straight road games. Starting next week at Maconaquah. All knocked away by Tipton. 10th K.A.S.H. turnover.
Really nice Jim here.
Well, in a sectional level, Jim, as Aller got that to go. Aller with a dozen. Again, 7 teams will comprise the sectional here at Clinton Central on the boys' side. Teams that we follow on a regular basis on ISC. Clinton Central, Clinton Prairie, Rossville, and Carroll all will feed into this sectional 54. But the big thing of note is that Bethesda Christian, who won the 1A South last year, now in this sectional northern half. Now, Bethesda Christian has not been as good this year. They are 3-5. Shot by Hogsett does not go. Put back by Beery is blocked, and Carpenter gets another rebound.
They're coming up here from Brownsburg, is that right?
Correct. Traders Point Christian also a part of the sectional. And I will answer this question as residents of Clinton and Carroll County are asking it. What about Central Catholic? No, they are not in the sectional. McFalls up and underscore it. His first field goal. 6'8 sophomore, 5.5 points, 3.5 rebounds a game. Well, make no mistake, Tipton was the better team, but frankly, this was also not a 25-point game for the most of it either.
Not at all. K.A.S.H. made a lot of shots early, didn't make as many of them late, and that's why the score got spread out a little bit.
Hogsett was hoping for contact, didn't get it. Quigley at the other end lays it up and in. 15 for Quigley. Yeah, this scoreline will not depict kind of how this game really was played.
No, I was impressed with K.A.S.H. They came in and got a lot of nice vision there by Carpenter again.
And basically Tipton now is just going to empty the bench at this point.
Clean it off and give some guys some time now.
No need to have your starters out there anymore, knowing you'll see them again tomorrow night. 8 o'clock is the championship game that Tipton will be playing in. A lot of the young men you'll see on the court now, likely kids that kind of go both ways in terms of JV and varsity minutes. No such luck for K.A.S.H. They dressed 8 in tonight's game.
Keep their 5 out there. Good experience for Tipton, though. Always fun to kind of play high school basketball in Indiana this time of year. It's a special place and a special thing.
Well, virtually everybody has a holiday tournament they play in now.
Yeah.
You know, it used to be something that was rare, not anymore.
Well, so many schools do a really good job of hosting them, and there's lots of competitive ones. There's a couple of real good ones last weekend. And
I know you spent your entire weekend at the Paul Logan Classic in North Central.
I did, and you were in Newcastle at that one and saw some good basketball over there.
Ball out of bounds. It'll be Tipton basketball. Stay tuned to our brief post-game coverage. We'll have our Willow Creek Barn post-game show and our Farmers Bank player of the game.
It's really fun to kind of see. Fun to see the different basketball players and so many good players and good kids around here. And in this state, there's so much talent here. It's fun to watch it every year. And these tournaments are a good showcase for it.
Humrick House misses the 3. Smith's runner is no good. Put back left short. Cliff Hawkins just says, pull it out, guys. No need for any further activity. Tipton gets to 5-2. K.A.S.H. will fall to 13-4. Time now for our Willow Creek Barn postgame show where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. Rob, your final thoughts on this one.
Well, Grady Carpenter was as advertised. I think he led the team pretty much in everything, and Tipton ended up pulling the game out, but we saw a really good effort from K.A.S.H and a team that if it makes shots will compete at their level.
Well, speaking of Grady Carpenter, he is the easy choice for our Farmers Blank player of the game. Again, he may have been flirting with a triple-double tonight in terms of points, rebounds, assists. Points I got, 28 for the soon-to-be Grace Lancer.
And he got a lot of them at the rim, and a lot of them, as we're kind of seeing on the board on the TV now, is just a lot of them at the rim. He's just a big, strong body and a Division III player, and obviously very talented, and obviously very smart with good vision and a good teammate.
K.A.S.H fans, you'll see your team tomorrow night at 6:30 in the consolation game. Tipton fans, your team will play for the championship tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. We will give our crew about a 15-minute break. We'll come back to Clinton Central High School, where the Bulldogs will take on the Carroll Cougars coming up just past 8 o'clock. But for now, a temporary goodbye for Rob Albright. This is Greg Rakestraw. Thanks for watching the Clinton Central Holiday Tournament here on the ISC Sports Network.
Tonight's game is presented to you in parts by the Frankfurt Eagles. Post 976, they are people helping people. By Day and Ginda Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. By the healthy communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. By the Farmers Bank, where you don't have to be a farmer to be a farmer. Let's grow. By the Willow Creek Barn, providing a picturesque setting for the barn wedding of your dreams. And by Tornado Roofing, specializing in residential and commercial roofing and repair. At Mulberry Telecommunications, it doesn't matter whether you play from home, learn from home, or work from home. We have you covered with fiber-fast internet. Whether you video chat to stay connected with friends and family or operate a small business, you can do so with the reliability that Mulberry Telecommunications fiber internet provides. From streaming video to regular web surfing, the possibilities really are endless. And that's a reason for all of us to celebrate.